Hey everybody, it's Charles Bates again. We're going to be doing our informative speech for you now. I chose a topic that I've actually been studying on the side, so I'll kind of hit this right in stride. I'm excited to bring this information to you. It's going to be about the obesity epidemic, for lack of a better term, and that we have in our nation today. um, Encompass several different topics that will have some stats that really caught me by surprise, and I think will also surprise you as well. Okay. According to a startling new report from Columbia University and the Robert Woods Johnson Foundation, 1 in 5 deaths can be linked to being overweight and obese. According to the CDC, the percentage of adults aged 20 years and over who are obese is 35.1%. Adults aged 20 years and over who are overweight, that includes obesity, is 69%. 69% of adults in America over the age of 20 are obese or overweight. 610,000 people die each year from heart disease in the United States. That's 1 in every 4 deaths. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women. More than half of the deaths due to heart disease in 2009 were in men. Coronary heart disease is the most common type of heart disease. It kills over 370,000 people annually. Every year, 735,000 Americans have a heart attack. 525,000 of those are first heart attacks, and 210,000 are second heart attacks. 3 of the top 7 causes of death in the United States are heart disease at 611,000, stroke at 129,000, and diabetes at 75,000. That is a total number of 815,000 Americans dying each year from heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. All 3 of these are linked to obesity and overeating. If you divide that by the number of days in a year, you get 2,200 people dying every day from heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. The Institute for Health and Elevation did a study, and an estimated 160 million Americans are either overweight or obese. Nearly 3/4 of American men and more than 60% of women are overweight. These are also major challenges for American children, as nearly 30% of boys and girls under age 20 are either overweight or obese. That's up 19% since 1980. Just when you check out the obesity alone, just the obesity, there are more obese adults living in America today than there are in China and India. America has 78 million. China at a distant second with 46 million, and India has 30 million. China and India together represent 15% of the world's population. America has 5%, and we have the most overweight individuals. Approximately 1/3 of Americans, men 32% and women 34%, were obese in 2013, compared with about 4% of Chinese and Indian adults. In a study done by the NPR reported on a study that the average American ate literally a ton of food each year. Americans eat on average 1,996 pounds of food every year. That breaks down into 5.5 pounds of food a day. In order to eat 5.5 pounds of food a day, you would have to eat The average apple weighs 5.5 ounces. In order to eat 5.5 pounds of food in apples, you would have to eat almost 18 apples in one single day. 18 apples. That's this whole sack full of apples in order to eat 5.5 pounds a day. If you count the dairy, we consume 630 pounds of milk, yogurt, cheese, and ice cream per year. 31 pounds of that is cheese alone. When you add in the meat and the poultry, 185 pounds of chicken, turkey, pork, and beef per person. Wheat and grain comes to 197. While the amount of fruit we eat at 273 pounds sounds good, remember that most of fruit is water, and few Americans eat that much fruit per day, the 5 recommended servings. While we do get some 415 pounds of vegetables into our diet each year, the most popular choices, corn and potatoes, aren't exactly nutritional superstars. We consume 85 pounds of fats, butter, and oil. And when we convert these figures into calories, the USDA estimates that the average American should eat 2,000 calories a day. That's the norm. That's the bar. We actually eat somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,700 calories, an extra 30% roughly. The leftover number from the 1996, 1,996 that I forgot about, was sweeteners, including 42 pounds of corn syrup alone. Okay? We eat 141 pounds of sugar a year. That is 8 ounces a day. 8 ounces of sugar. We do 8 ounces of sugar per day. That's a half a pound. One individual sugar pack. One individual sugar pack has 11 ounces. That cup, that 8 ounces I poured out there, 773 calories. (773 calories). That's about a third of your daily suggested intake. Actually, the FDA suggests that we do not take in any sugar that's not naturally occurring in fruits and vegetables. There is no nutritional value in sugar. It's empty calories. You get nothing from consuming it. One 20-ounce Coca-Cola has 65 grams of sugar. That's 240 calories, 9% of your daily calories. One 20-ounce Mountain Dew has 77 grams with a total of 290 calories. One 32-ounce Big Gulp from the 7-Eleven or the Biggie drink that you get at the fast food joint has 364 calories. That's 25% of what your daily caloric intake should be. A 32-ounce Gatorade, the sports drink that's supposed to be great and make you a perfect athlete, has 56 grams of sugar. That's 2 ounces. That's 22 calories. While the amount of... So, in short, we as Americans eat way too much. We eat way too much of the wrong foods. So, we are obese, overweight, we're dying and killing ourselves for no reason. We can fix this with just a little bit of a knowledge, and I believe that we could be a healthier nation and have more productive society members if we had raised awareness as to what our consumption of food and calories is. Thank you.